Hello everyone, it's Mari. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I am going to be doing a scrapbooking layout for you today, and I'm starting off here on my desk with a piece of Vicki Boutin Foundations paper. The stamp that I'm working with here is an old one from Carabelle Studio, I believe. I don't think you can get this anymore. But this technique can be created with any background stamp that you have that either has text on it or some kind of an interesting pattern. That's all I'm trying to create here. And I'm using some VersaFine Clair, I think this is Morning Mist ink, which is just a really nice light gray. And you'll notice that I'm not inking up the stamp every time I stamp with it. I'm just using lots of second generation stamping there. Now I've let that dry, and now I have taped off the edges of my white paper to create a bit of a margin. So there's about a 1-inch perimeter of or border of taping around the outside edge, and that is some tape from Altnew. I will make sure that I link these things up in the description box below. This is a stencil from Vicki Boutin. I do not know which collection this is from. You can literally use any stencil for this technique, and I'm just using some positively saturated ink from Simon Says Stamp. This one is called Morning, and it's a beautiful color of blue, and it just is exactly the color of blue that I wanted to work with. It goes so nice with Vicki Boutin's Bold and Bright collection, which is what I'm going to primarily be using for ephemera and that kind of thing. Now, this is just a piece of plain white cardstock, and I'm using the stamp set from Bold and Bright, which is really hard to find right now, but I did find it in one shop, so I will make sure to link it. It is a gorgeous stamp set. I love it, and I love these circles, so I stamped these out in that Morning ink again. And then I also stamped out an additional piece of white paper like I did at the very beginning with that background stamp to provide another mat for my photos. So these are my photos. They're two 4x3 black and white photos. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of each of these two different photos, and then I'm going to mount them onto that photo mat that I've created with the white cardstock and that background stamping again with that Morning Mist. And that stamping is going to be really subtle around the edges of the photos, but it just looks really nice. And there you can see I've got those two photos mounted there. Now I'm taking some navy blue cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and mount my photos on that white paper onto the navy blue, and that's just going to make the photos pop even more off of the stamped white paper that's going to be behind it. So these pieces here are created with the Pink Fresh Studio twist pattern press plate and coordinating die. So what I did with the press plate is I actually foiled my paper, and then I used the coordinating die to cut out those two pieces, and I foiled them with gold. And I probably should have done two more pieces and had those going behind the whole photo area, but I don't dislike what I've done here. It's just kind of created sort of more of an asymmetrical look, which is fine. It's just whatever you think looks good for what you might want to do. But something that I might consider for another project if I did something similar is maybe do another two of these twist pattern pieces for the other side. Now, I've popped those up on some foam adhesive, and I've layered them so that they look like a continuous pattern from top to bottom just by overlapping them there. And that's going to get covered up anyways by the photos. And so now I've got the photos situated and the kind of like the background done. I'm going to start playing with the die cuts from Bold and Bright. And I've used a bunch of the different like icon and ephemera packs, which I will link up down below, to create my little clusters. So I'm going to do diagonal clusters here. You can see that I've already put this life quote above the left photo there. And now I'm just working on these sweet little daisies. There's some little yellow flowers. I love the butterflies. And you can see how the Morning ink from Simon that I've used in the background really coordinates nicely with the blue that's in Bold and Bright. That is such a gorgeous collection. I have not used a ton of it yet, but I've really enjoyed what I have done with it. It is a really beautiful collection. Now that word 4 down at the bottom, that title is the alphas from Bold and Bright, which are always great. And I always buy Vicki's alphas for every collection. I think there was one collection that I missed getting them before they sold out, but like they're always so good. So I love them and you should buy them. They're awesome. Now what I'm doing is I'm working on just a little bit of just a little journaling bit behind or underneath the title 4. And I'm just popping up some more of these little bits and pieces and figuring out where I want to put them. I did actually do a little bit of handwriting very briefly underneath the text that's underneath 4. And just to kind of help explain that title, which is that my daughter's family was going from 3 to 4. She's expecting in this photo or in these photos. So friends, I'm just splattering now with some white splatter, and that's going to finish off this layout. And I did include some still shots at the end, which I haven't done for a long time in any of my scrapbooking videos, but I hope that that gives you a little bit more of a close-up, and I hope you enjoyed this process. It's been a while since I've uploaded a scrapbooking layout. I do lots of scrapbooking still. I don't share everything I make. I'm not one of those card makers that stop scrapbooking. I still scrapbook and I still love it. So I hope you are too. I hope you're still scrapbooking too. Have an amazing day, friends. I hope to see you here again soon. I will, on the end screen here, link up to another video that you might want to watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'd love to read your comments in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check out the description box for all of the products that I've used. Thanks, friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.